Hey everybody, Casey here from Mastin Labs, and in this video we're going to be covering one of our new AI tools, Spotlight. The Spotlight tool is there to help with separation between your subject and the background. When you use it, it almost feels like you're relighting the photo, and it does just such a great job to enhance the subject of your photo and really just focus the viewer on what you want them to see. Now I have 4 images in front of me. I've already gone ahead and I've worked through this 3-step workflow using the vintage slide film pack. If you're unfamiliar with the 3-step workflow, it's to apply a preset, adjust exposure, and to correct for white balance. That's it. So that's really all I have done for each of these photos. If you'd like to learn more, search for the 3-step workflow on our YouTube channel, and you'll find a ton of videos where we cover and really go into depth on why it's such a great way to help you achieve a consistent look through all of your photos. So with that, let's go ahead and let's dive into our first photo and talk about the Spotlight tool. Like I said before, I've already done the base edit here. I've applied Provia, adjusted exposure, corrected for white balance, and our next step is to apply Spotlight. So I'll go ahead, I'll click on Spotlight, and you'll see that the exposure on our subject has come up and the background has dropped. Now, one very valuable piece of information for you with all of our AI tools is that we built them so that they would work really, really well with this new preset slider that Lightroom has instituted. So the way that it works is when you go to 0, whatever preset you've just applied is gone. So with Spotlight, now that it's at 0, this looks exactly what it would look like before I applied it. I double click this, it'll go back to 100, and you'll see that the exposure of the subject is coming up and the background is dropping down. And it looks very, looks super natural, looks really nice, but it's a nice way to be able to dial this in. Now, if you go to 200, sometimes that can look a little unnatural because it's really bringing up the exposure a lot more on your subject. But if you want to make your subject stand out a lot, and you do really want to crank up that separation, you can bring it up to 200. And then my next tip would be to drop your exposure. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm rebalancing the exposure in the overall photo to make it feel like they're just sitting under a cloud and they happen to have, I don't know, what it looks like extensively, a big softbox above them, creating this really nice, beautiful light on them. And they pop out from that photo. Now for my personal taste, this feels a little heavy handed. So I'm actually just going to drop this back. And as I come back, you can start to feel the photo is kind of coming back into balance. And I'm going to bring up my exposure a little bit more. So yeah, maybe, I don't know, right about there feels good. So here's from nothing to, I think I had it at 125, and we'll just do a quick before and after. And yeah, that looks so good. That took, no time at all for me to get to that point. And it does such a great job in really illuminating your subject and helping them feel like they are the focus of the photo instead of a busy background that in the case of this photo is actually the exposure of the background is, brighter, it feels like, than the subject. So I don't want my viewers' eyes to be traveling up here. So by turning on our Spotlight tool, it is really making this bright part of the image the focus. My eye does no longer travels up here. It just goes directly. In fact, it goes right to her face. It's hard to look anywhere else. The Spotlight tool works based off of Lightroom's new AI selection tools. So if you do have a photo that Lightroom is unable to find a subject, this tool won't work. It'll give you an error that says no subject available and Spotlight won't be applied. But moving on, let's go to our next photo. I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to bring up my exposure a little bit here. I think as I was editing it, it looked better to me dark at the time, but now I want this to be a little brighter. And we'll go ahead and I'm going to click my Spotlight tool. Boom. Immediately, you can see these boats, the exposure is coming up, the background is dropping. And if I don't want it to be, again, I don't want it to be like, I don't want it to feel unnatural. So you can just kind of play with this, go back and forth. This feels wild to me. These boats feel really abnormal. This is too much. And I feel even like 100, I mean, this is nice, but it doesn't need to be quite this strong. I don't want to do that much to the background. So I'm going to play around with the intensity and bring it down a little bit less. Yeah, I think right about here feels pretty good. And that's just a lot more balanced. The boats are coming up. They feel like they're a little bit more prominent. Again, so here's at 0 where everything is kind of bright. I'll revert to that 47 where the Spotlight has been applied. And you can see it just does a great job. Again, it's just focusing the viewer's eye onto the subject and really making it feel just a little more prominent in a way that's natural and easy to achieve. So again, I'm just applying the Spotlight. We're playing with the amount until it feels right. And there you go. That's all we needed to do. Okay, and now let's move on to this next image. I think this is a great image to show you sort of what happens, how you can crank this up to 11, as it were. So for this, I'll go ahead, we'll click on our spotlight tool as we've done before, and it is boom. Wow, that's so awesome. That's what a dramatic shift. Yeah, okay, look at that. Okay, so here is the before and here is the after. You can just see all that detail on the rocks. It really feels like it's relighting this photo. One other thing and a valuable tip is that the Sky Save tool, if you're working with a photo like this where there's a lot of sky available, the Sky Save tool will also work in conjunction. Now, Spotlight, Light and Area Assist, and Dark and Moody Assist all overwrite each other, but Sky Save works kind of behind the scenes. So I'll go ahead, I'm going to click Sky Save on this too, and you'll see that boom, it's bringing down that exposure. I'm actually going to dial this back a little bit. I don't want it to just feel too powerful. And I think right about there, yeah, that looks awesome. I'll go ahead, I'll move over to my masks here so you can just see really quickly what this looked like before. So here is our before and after, and that is such a vibrant difference. It looks so nice, and Spotlight is doing such powerful work for your photo. Really, again, just illuminating your subject, giving you that separation between them and the background, and it's hard to look anywhere else. I mean, these rocks, this rope is the focus of this photo, and even with people, with landscapes, Spotlight is such a powerful tool. All right, now as we move on to our last photo, this is another one that we could use Sky Save if we want to, and heck, why not? We can also do this first. I know I did Sky Save first in the last one, but oh man, that looks great. Sky Save, man, that just feels like it really balanced the image. If you want to know more about how Sky Save works and some best practices on how to make it work best in your photos, go ahead and check out the video we made specifically about Sky Save. It covers basically everything you need to know, but for this, I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. I actually think at its normal 100% strength, that looks great. And now we'll use Spotlight and see how much this changes the image. Wow. Excuse my excitement. That looks awesome. And I think with this, I'm not going to crank this all the way up to 200. I think that, yeah, again, 200 is doing so much more work. That feels way too intense. If you really, really wanted to make that subject feel prominent and you like this at 200, I would then move over to my exposure and just work on your subject or your focus of your subject being exposed correctly. One of the things that moving this up to 200 can do is it can create a little bit of haloing, and that's just because Lightroom's selection tool isn't perfect. It's good. It's really good. And at 100 strength, this looks awesome. But at 200, you're really amplifying the effects, and sometimes, not always, but sometimes it can create that haloing effect, which looks unnatural and feels like something is going wrong. So with this, now that we're at 100, I'm going to go ahead, we'll just bring this back, and you can see that something that's happening is that these flowers are also being considered by Lightroom as part of the subject. So here, we'll go ahead, I'm going to bring this back to 100, and we'll go into our masking tool. We have two options here for these two masks. We have the Spotlight Subject, Spotlight Background, and what I want to do is I'm going to click on my Spotlight Subject, click one more time, hit Subtract, go to my brush, and let's see, I'll make my brush a little smaller. If I hit the O button, I can see exactly where those masks are being applied. Now, all I want to do is I want to just paint out this selection. Oh, here, I'll make my flow a little stronger so this goes faster. There we go. I'm removing the selection from these flowers. The subject is having more recovery, but also having some exposure changes done to it. And I don't really want that to be happening to these flowers too. It could make them stand out, or maybe you do, but this is just an extra step that I would take if I didn't want them to be as affected. I'll hit O again, and we can see that now, okay, here's my subject. This is looking really nice. One thing you may notice is that now that I've done some brush work, this preset slider is gone, so I can't change this anymore. But fear not, we can still affect what's going on with Spotlight. Now we need to affect them in a slightly different way, and to do that, we would just go into my subject. I now can use this amount slider under custom, and I can just affect my subject. And if I want to, I can go into my background, and now I can just affect my background. I can drop the exposure there. And we built these tools to feel natural and subtle, and I just think that this is so great. I'll go ahead, I'll close my mask tool. And it really makes a difference in your workflow. Spotlight is one of my favorites of the new AI tools. It is so powerful. It's so fast, so easy to use that it is going to make a supreme difference on your photos. And the minute you get your hands on it and these other AI tools, it is going to make editing fun again. And editing should be fun. It doesn't have to feel like a chore to get through your work. With these new tools, you can really make the most of the images that you're creating, and your clients will see and feel that in the photos that you deliver to them. Be sure to check out our other videos covering the other new AI tools available in the Vintage Slide Film Pack, which will soon be rolling out for our other packs as well once we're done with our beta for the Vintage Slide Film Pack. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at support@mastinlabs.com or directly through Messenger at m.me/mastinlabs. Until next time, have a great day and happy editing.